Welcome back to yet another video. If you're new, my name is Megan. I'm a freshman at Arizona State University studying nursing. And today I wanted to do something a little bit different than what I usually do on my channel. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. So I wanted to do like a chit chat get ready with me video about like my college experience and like freshman year so far, and kind of like any advice that like incoming freshmen may want to hear. So that is the plan for the video. As I go, I'll kind of name off, and I'll link down below as well what I'm using for like skincare, makeup, all that jazz. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, first things first, I use my hydrating face tonic from Bobbi Brown. My mom gets this stuff, so she got me into it as well. And I just take a little cotton pad and rub that all over my face. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan. Like I said, I go to ASU. I actually go to the downtown campus, which is a little bit different than the main campus. For those of you who are not aware, ASU has multiple different campuses depending on what your major is. So I go to the downtown campus, which is a much smaller campus than the main campus. We have not even half the students here at our campus. And that's just because I'm here for nursing, and this is where the nursing school is located. Okay, and then next I'm using the vitamin enriched face base from Bobbi Brown yet again. But I don't know, I kind of, when I first got into college, or when I was touring my colleges, I really wasn't that excited about downtown because it is a smaller campus and it's not like the college feel, if you know what I mean. Like there's not like, it's more of a corporate kind of campus, and honestly we only have like maybe 5 or 6 buildings including our dorm. Like it's very small, and the furthest that I have to walk to get to class is like not even 5 minutes, which is such a huge difference from the Tempe campus. And obviously like Tempe is where they have football games and basketball games, like everything like college related is in Tempe. So when I first got into college, I was kind of disappointed about that because I really wanted that college vibe almost. But as the school year has kind of gone along, I kind of like the downtown campus a little bit more, just because I feel like it is a little bit more of like a close-knit community. Not that like I'm really a part of it that much, but I don't know, I think Tempe is just like too big. And even they have free shuttles that go to Tempe every now and then, or they actually have them like scheduled like every 15 minutes. And sometimes I have to go to Tempe for like certain things like club meetings or whatever, and it's like such a drag to go to Tempe. I don't know why. I don't know. But I think that like if you're looking into a college, and I said this in my like college decision video as well, like definitely look into like what kind of campus you want. And if you don't get the campus that you actually want, like I don't know, for me I really wanted Tempe, and like I was super heartbroken that nursing wasn't in Tempe. But it kind of turned out to be like a blessing in disguise, because I feel like I would have been like overwhelmed in Tempe. However, I will say that like for downtown students, getting involved in Tempe is a little bit more difficult. Like for example, Greek life is all located in Tempe. Like they have Greek Row, which is where the sororities and fraternities live, and that's like where everything like is happening. So as a downtown student, I'm not in a sorority, but I feel like I have friends who are in sororities, and it's like harder for them to like even be a part of the sororities, because there are sorority events that like they could go to that they can't because of just the distance. And I don't know, I just feel like downtown is not very sorority or fraternity based in a sense, because like it's not here obviously, and there are definitely students that are in them, but it's not as big of a deal as I feel like it is in Tempe. That said, I'm a freshman in college, and I feel like being in Greek life is a really big thing your freshman year, and maybe even past that, I'm not quite sure. But I felt it this year especially. I chose not to rush because it just didn't work with my schedule. I'm graduating in 2 years, or next year actually, so like it didn't make any sense to me to rush a sorority and then only be in college for like half the time, you know? And on top of that, I just didn't have the money to do it because they're not cheap to join. Like you have to pay dues and such. And I was really worried about the free time that I would have to commit to a sorority. Just because I know that they do take up a lot of time, and they are like an extracurricular. So obviously they're like a big part of your life, and you have sorority events like every week or whatnot. So when I went into college, I chose not to rush, which I don't know, I kind of regret doing because I feel like you make so many friends that way, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is gonna sound so weird, like at a disadvantage not being in a sorority because like I feel like you make so many friends through a sorority or fraternity. I don't know. So I kind of regret not rushing, but at the same time, like it just didn't make any financial or like logical sense for me to do it because like I'm not gonna be at college very long. Like I'm already halfway through my college experience and I'm literally a freshman, so I don't know. But I do feel like there is value in a sorority. If that's something that you want to do, I feel like you should because I think it's a really good way to meet people because I feel like without a sorority, I feel like it was hard for me to make friends. And like I feel like I'm still like struggling to make friends in a sense. Like I don't know, that's so sad to say out loud, but like it's true because like in college, like there are so many different people and like I know many like I don't know like a lot of people, but like I have friends in my classes and whatnot, but it's not like I don't know. I feel like sororities just give you a really good opportunity. This is like gonna be a whole video about me complaining about why I'm not in a sorority. But also like don't just join a sorority because like you think that's the right thing to do. Oh, I didn't mention any of these products. Oops, okay, let me go back a second. I use the MAC Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 in the color N4, and then I use my concealer, which is also MAC. It is the 24-hour Smooth Wear Concealer in the color NC15. And then I'm going to be using my Studio Fix powder from MAC in the color NC20. I don't know why there are all these different colors for me. I don't know why, but they look fine on the skin, so we're gonna stick to it. But anyways, I think that if you're going into college, I feel like definitely if your school has a sorority, fraternity, Greek life, consider doing it because I do think that it's a beneficial experience just to like make friends your freshman year because it can be so intimidating. Like for me, I like the first week we had all these welcome week events that we all went to, and I went to a lot of them with my roommate, and so like I was able to like make friends with her friends, and like that first week like we hung out like all the time, like we were like always like busy and like all hanging out together, and it was super fun, like awesome. And then like when school started, like that kind of went away, and I really didn't like hang out with them after that. Partially because like my roommate is never here. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but like my roommate literally does not even live here, so so I feel like that kind of sucked as well because I feel like in college, like I feel like it's really nice to have a roommate, like someone that you're always going to be with. I don't know, because like they're like if you want to go to the dining hall and you don't want to go alone, like you can go with your roommate, like things like that. I feel like it's just nice to have someone there with you because I feel like when you go to college, it can be kind of like intimidating at first. Like the first few weeks, you can kind of feel a little bit lonely. Like you don't have your family with you all the time, which is like a totally different like reality because like you're used to having people like with you like in your house all the time, and like when you go to college, like you're like, oh, like I don't have like a set schedule, or I don't know, like it's just a very different shift in your life and like your reality. I don't know. It's kind of, it can be lonely at first, especially the first few weeks. I know a lot of kids get homesick. I go to an in-state school, so I don't really get homesick per se because I go home quite often and like see my family a lot. But I feel like college can be kind of a lonely experience at first, and so it's really important for you to like get out there and like join a club, and like everyone says that, but I think you should, especially if it's like somewhere that's not close to home or you don't really know people. I think it can be really important to find friends, whether that's like through classes or I don't know, making an effort with friends is just really important, I think, because if you don't, I feel like you end up being really, really lonely. Not to make college sound like terrible, it's really not. We'll talk about the good things. So the good things with college, let's see. This semester I like it a lot because you get to, I feel like when you get into your upper classes, your schedule gets a little bit freer. I know last semester I had like a really odd schedule. Like I had morning classes and afternoon classes, and I had weird breaks, and I had Friday classes. But now that I've kind of gotten into upper division classes, sort of, I'm able to really concise my schedule, and I have some online classes that are already finished, and then I have like all my classes are done before like noon, which is amazing, except for on Monday, which I only have one class and it's at like nighttime, which is fine because it's just one class on Monday. But picking your own schedule is so nice, and you actually get to learn things that you want to learn, which is such a change from high school. Because in high school, I went to a Catholic high school. I'm not Catholic, but we obviously had like religion classes every single year, and like I don't know, like it was interesting at sometimes, but like other times I was like, I don't want to learn this. And like math classes, I hate math. I'm not a math person. I'm good at math. I can do math very well if I try. I just hate math. So being able to choose not to take any more math classes is like, oh, amazing. For highlighter, I used this Luna Luster Trip to the Light Fantastic Powder from MAC. I think this was a limited edition one, so I don't know if you can get this anymore. But I usually will go between this one and then this MAC Show Gold Extra Dimension Skin Finish. I like them both a lot. This one's a little bit more of like a prominent highlight, where this one is more a little more subtle. Yeah, and then I'm going to go in with my eyebrows and do this Anastasia Blonde Brow Powder Duo. Anyway, so I think that's a really great thing about college as well. And I know in high school, like, you have to get up early and go to classes, which right now I don't have to do because I chose not to do it. But I know next semester, so I'm taking summer school this year and then next year, which is how I'm going to graduate super early. I don't know if I've talked about the nursing program before, but what am I doing? This is not what I wanted. I'm getting so distracted. Let me find my brush. But in the nursing program, like, you don't get to pick your schedule. Like, they pick it all for you, which kind of sucks. And on top of that, like, you work a full-time job essentially and you're not paid, which is like clinicals. And you could work on the weekends, you could work overnight shifts, like, you could, like, you literally have no say, and they just tell you when to go. And you have to go because it's technically like part of your degree. But if you're any other degree other than nursing, you pretty much get to pick your schedule, which is really great. Which is such a different thing from college, or from high school as well. And also, obviously, there comes a lot of independence and freedom when you get to college, especially if you live on campus or like in an apartment or something, like something away from home. You obviously get a lot more freedom and independence, which is really awesome, because I feel like I love going home, but I feel like if I were to live at home, I would lose a lot of the college experience, even like little things like going to the dining hall or going to the gym on campus. Like, I feel like you'd lose a lot of that if I lived at home, at least. And the nice thing about living on campus is, like, you're so close to all your classes and you're so close to just everything that, like, you need to do, whether that's like going to the gym or going to a study group on the weekend with your friends, like, or your classmates or whatever. Like, living on campus is such a nice thing. And after living on campus, I had the opportunity next year to live at home or live on campus again. And obviously at home it's going to be a lot cheaper because you don't have a meal plan and you don't have to pay extra for room and board. But I definitely wanted to stay on campus just because, like, it'll be a lot more convenient, and I think that it'll just be a better experience living on campus because I'll be closer to everything that I need. And I know that, like, in high school, I lived so far from my high school. I went to a private high school. I think I said that earlier, but and, like, I loved every moment of it. Like, it was such a great experience, and, like, I'm so thankful for everything that, like, got me there. But it was super far away. Like, I lived, like, 30 minutes away, and then plus traffic. And I had a lot of friends that lived really close to school, like, in downtown Phoenix. And so it was always kind of, like, hard, like, hanging out with my friends outside of school because, like, it was obviously, like, such a far drive to, like, get on the weekends from, like, my house to their house. And, like, my parents always complained about it, especially when I couldn't drive. Before I turned 16, and before my parents were, like, letting me drive, like, it was such a hassle, like, going out with my friends because my parents would complain about having to drive all the way to downtown Phoenix, which is a 30-minute drive. And I had friends that were literally all over the valley. I don't know if you're familiar with Arizona, but I had friends in, like, Scottsdale and Mesa, like, literally at every corner of the earth. So, like, it was so hard to, like, meet up with them. But the nice thing about college is, like, you're all in the, like, the same vicinity. Like, it's so easy to, like, be like, hey, like, do you want to go, like, do this thing with me? And they're like, yeah, sure. So that's, like, a really great thing, because, like, all your friends are, like, within, like, walking distance, which I'm sure is going to be, like, such a shock for me when all of my friends move away from college, including myself. But yeah, so that's a really good thing about college. Also, I feel like, this is so cliche, but I feel like when you get to college, like, I feel like everyone's like, oh, like, get involved and, like, do all these things. And it's, like, repetitive, and you're like, oh, like, whatever. But, like, do those things, like, because especially the first few weeks, like everyone is like very open and everyone's like trying to make friends, so like it's not going to be awkward for you to do the same thing, you know? And just take advantage of it, because it's a lot easier to like be super friendly in the beginning and then continue with that than to just like cut everyone off and then become friendly like halfway through the year, because then it's just like weird. And I say that from experience, because like when I went to college, I was like, oh, like I don't need friends, like I know this sounds so stupid, and like, Megan, like what were you thinking? But like I was like, oh, like I'm graduating in 2 years, and like I'm not going to be in classes with freshmen like for the most part, and like I don't know, it was like pointless for me to make friends, if that makes sense. At least friends that were in my like incoming class. Oh, and I just used my Urban Decay eye priming cushion thing, the purple one. I think it's like the original. And I use a beauty blender to just kind of dab it in. But that was my mentality, because like I'm obviously graduating early, and like I knew that I was going to graduate early, and I knew that I was going to go into the nursing program early as well, meaning that like I wasn't going to be in classes with people that I was like the other freshmen per se. So I like didn't put in as much effort as I probably should have, and like I'm definitely suffering now, because like I feel like I have friendships, like not people that are like super close, if that makes sense. I have like one or two, but like that's about it, which is like all you really need. But I don't know, I feel like if I just put in a little bit more effort in the beginning, everything would have been a little bit like more, I don't know. I'm kind of blurbing, or blah. Okay, I'm using the Too Faced Natural Matte eyeshadow palette. I'm going to go in, I like to use this Less is More color. It's like one of the top ones in my crease. And then after that, I'll do like Risky Biz in like the corner, like with a little fine point brush. So if you're going into college, don't like put off friends, and like don't, I don't know, don't not put in effort. And I know for me, like I'm super big into school. Like I'm an academic through and through. Like if I could like learn things every day for the rest of my life, like I would go to college for the rest of my life and be like a lifetime like academic. And so like I obviously put school first in a lot of situations, and that's a good thing. And like don't not put school first, but also like if people are like, hey, you want to hang out, like don't be like, oh no, I can't. Or like obviously if you literally can't, like don't. But like don't always say no, like say yes, because like in the end, like yes, college is about school, but also like it's really important for you to like enjoy your experience. And like I love school, I love learning, but like obviously like, that's not going to be enough like for college. And like you need to have a good balance between friends and, you know, working out or eating healthy, you know, like a good healthy balance of like self-care and academics. Like make time for yourself essentially. And another thing that I will say about like the whole freedom of scheduling into college is like when you have the freedom to choose your schedule, like make sure that you make time for yourself. Like I want to do a video soon about like my nighttime routine, because I feel like every night like I make time for myself in a sense. Like I take like an hour long, not an hour long shower, but like an hour of like showering and like lotion and like scents and stuff, and like I clean my room, and like those things make me happy, like make me feel like I'm being like mindful of myself. So like when you're in college, like don't forget to like care for yourself. Like it can be really easy to get caught up in the whole friends and like new experiences and academics of it all, because like college is definitely a little bit more challenging than high school, I will say, and like more is expected of you, and like no one's gonna really hold your hand through your schooling, and people are just gonna expect you to get your stuff done. So like make sure that you make time for yourself and like do things that make you happy, because no one's gonna like force you to like make yourself happy, if that makes sense. Like if like going to get coffee makes you happy, like go and get coffee. Or like if you like to do yoga, like make sure that you make time to do yoga, or like just do little things for yourself so that you're not like hating your college experience, essentially is what I'm trying to say. For me, a thing like that is like doing my makeup in the morning. Like I have a lot of people that are like, Megan, like you always like get dressed up for class. I'm like, yes, because it makes me happy. So like I make time to do it, because like I feel like I would lose my mind if I didn't make time to make myself happy. So yeah, another thing that I will say about that too is also make time to be healthy. In college, especially in the dining halls. If you have a dining hall or a meal plan, it can be so tempting to like eat grilled cheese for lunch every day or like get pizza all the time. And we have an ice cream machine in our dining hall. Like you can like make self-serve ice cream like every meal if you want. Like I've seen people like have ice cream for breakfast. It's like, that's not good. Like yes, every once in a while it's like, but like with freedom comes responsibility, and like make sure that like you don't go overboard, because like the freshman 15 is super real. Like I know plenty of people that have gone like way past the freshman 15, like, and that's not me saying that, it's like them telling me that. So just make sure that like you make time, make yourself happy, make yourself healthy as well, because like it can be really easy to go overboard in college and like lose track of everything. Okay, so next I'm going to use my Stila Rose Gold Retro Liquid Eyeshadow and just kind of go over my lid and kind of blend it in with a brush so that it doesn't like stop abruptly. So yeah, like some things that I like to do is we have a community gym, and I think a lot of schools do this where they'll have fitness classes that you can go to. And I love those because like it kind of forces you to go and like stay and do the actual workout, because like people are like watching you. At least that's my experience. So like I love going to those. Like I love the cycle classes, and before college I had never taken a cycle class, but after taking them, like I love them, and like I've built them into my schedule as almost like a class. Like I will like time block my day out as like class at this time and then cycle at this time. Like, so I don't know, making sure that you like get your physical activity in, and like, and there are so many different ways you can do that. And like, especially if you like try out new fitness classes, like there are so many fun ways to be healthy, like whether that's like yoga or cycling, or we have like boxing classes at our class or at our gym, which are like, I've been before, and like they're kind of fun, like you get your aggression out. But like try new things, especially in like terms of like being healthy, and like don't forget your fruits and vegetables. I say that as someone who like doesn't eat vegetables. I had to go to the doctor the other day, and the doctor was like, so like how are your vegetables? And I was like, I like my fruit a lot. That's about it. But yeah. Did I do blush? I think I did. Oops. For blush I used this MAC Fairly Precious Extra Dimension blush. I'm terrible at this. I'm so sorry. Also my camera's dying, so let's just pray that I get this done before then. Okay, and then I'm going to do my setting spray. I use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I do this before I do my mascara, because if I don't, my mascara will like run all over my face. I don't know, there's a lot to cover with the whole college topic and like my college experience. Overall, I feel like it's been really good, but there are things that I wish that I had done differently, like especially in the friend department. Like I wish that I don't know if I wish that I had rushed. I kind of wish that I had, but I don't know if that's like possible. I definitely think it's like, I see definite benefits in it, and like I have a lot of friends that did rush and like love everything about it, and like love their sororities and like wouldn't change a thing. And I know people also that like would like rush and like didn't want it, you know. I don't know, it depends on your personality. I went to an all-girls school for high school, and like I feel like that was like my sorority almost. But also I feel like I probably would have liked Greek life. I don't know. Even if you don't join Greek life or like anything like Greek related, definitely join clubs. I met one of my good friends through a club, or like an organization on campus. I don't know, just get involved, because I think it'll make your like life so much better. Because obviously like you can't just do academics like in college. Like you need like something else, you know, whether that's like an organization or like I don't even know what else. Go to the gym with your friends or something, you know. Just make sure that your college life is wholesome. This is probably gonna be the worst like chit chat with me ever, but whatever. Oh, also I'm using this Colossal Big Shot Volume Express from Maybelline. This works for the most part pretty well. Sometimes it's a little bit clumpy, but it works pretty well. And it's fairly cheap, so. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't think I have that many regrets right now. Like, so far freshman year has been pretty good. Like, I was able to accomplish a lot this year, and like I'm really proud of myself. Like, I took really difficult courses, and like I did a lot to like progress my academic career, and like in order to get into the nursing program, like the upper division clinicals, I had to like get certain grades and like push myself to get ahead, and I did those things. I'm really happy about that because like it's not easy to do those things. Like I took classes that freshmen aren't taking and did things like that most people don't, and was able to really like push myself a lot. So I'm really proud about that. And like I feel like college is the time to push yourself and like try new things and like take classes that like you're interested in but like aren't in your major, or I don't know, just like be adventurous and try new things, I guess. So that would be my advice for any college student or incoming college student, is just try new things and don't be afraid to fail either. Like obviously like you're gonna meet a lot of people in college and like not everyone's gonna be your cup of tea, and like you're gonna try classes in college and you might hate a few of them. Like even like classes within your major, like I know that I took classes within my major, so for like statistics, oh I hated statistics so much, but I had to take it. And like there are going to be things that you don't like about college, and like there are going to be things that you love about college. I don't know, just try new things and try to get out there, because like you never know if you're going to love it or hate it. And like there are things you're going to find and you're going to like expect to hate certain things, and like you're going to find that you love them, and like there are going to be people that surprise you, or like teachers that surprise you, and like you're going to think that you're going to hate them or like not like them or whatever, and like you're going to meet them and like get to know them, and you're going to be like, wow, like I like this person a lot. So yeah, just be adventurous in college is what I would say. And like I need to take my advice myself, because like I don't always do that, but I should, because it's good advice. And lastly, I'm just using this Burt's Bee coconut and pear chapstick so that my lips don't stay super dry. But yeah, that is the look for today. It's very simple, like I don't know, just a little bit of sparkle, not too heavy on, well it is kind of heavy on the makeup, but like I don't know, I like it. I feel like I look perfect, so perfect for work today. So yeah, that is it for the video. I hope you guys like my little like college rant. Oh wait, actually no, it's not. For perfume, I'm gonna use Daisy Love by Marc Jacobs. And now that is it for the video. That is my full like get ready with me. Chit Chat, get ready with me. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, let me know, because like I'll be surprised. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I don't know how many I'll get of those, but if you want to see more of them, let me know as well. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like. I would love any of those. And I'll see you next time.
Yeah, yeah.